questioning a little bit, you know?
I mean, I've also heard too that's part of the quote, and maybe he was talking about the Empire, he was talking about the dark side, and he was talking about Snook believing that it's time for the Jedi to end.
Yes.
Right. So it's part of a quote, and they just snip that little.
Yeah, these
part
guys
out.
that make the trailers, they're good at.
They're good, right?
Like doing the voice dubs and everything. So
it could not even been what Luke was thinking. It could have been him training Rey on what somebody else believes.
Yeah.
Like, so we could be misled completely.
of course. That's what the trailer's for, though.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. Like, that's amazing.
That's why I love that they call it teaser. Because it does tease you.
You know, speaking of voice dubs too, I don't know if you guys heard it, but during Luke's training of Rey, there's echoes of Qui-Gon training Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan training Anakin, and then you have Yoda and Obi-Wan training Luke. There's little echoes in that trailer. I don't know if you hear it, but there's sound bites of that, and that's pretty. I thought that was pretty cool too.
That when she says the light. And
then that one scene, where she sees the light and the dark and the balance.
It's pretty crazy.
And then you have another scene in the trailer also where I forgot what planet. It's like a salt flat planet looking
with the red.
Yeah, and then you have the red speeders going towards the AT-ATs, but I guess they call it something else now. But
they're the same thing.
AT-ATs or AT
walkers.
Yeah, and Ryan Johnson has gone on to say that that's going to be a huge action sequence in the movie. It's going to be a big part of the movie where it's going to be all action.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like Empire Strikes Back, which it's a good movie. So,
which is the next theory, which is this is going to be I've heard negatives about this, which I don't really care. They're like, is this going to be similar to what Force Awakens was to A New Hope?
Yeah.
Is this going to be another reimagining of the Empire?
Yeah.
Strikes Back.
That's what I'm kind of scared of, but I mean, is that a bad thing?
As long as
they do it justice.
Right. Yeah. Is that a bad thing? Right. I mean, I rewatched The Force Awakens, and you know what? I like that a little bit more. So if this was a reimagining, a retelling of the Empire, I wouldn't necessarily be against it, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with all the other theories going on.
Yeah. As long as they do it, they give it justice.
Yeah, especially if Luke is playing around with the light and the dark. I'm like, hey, that's amazing.
What do you guys think about the I guess I'm guessing it's gonna be a flashback scene of Luke and R2-D2 in the background. Then there's the Jedi Temple on fire. I guess that's when Kylo Ren betrayed Luke, and the Knights of Ren destroy the temple and all that stuff.
I'm really excited to see I think this one we're going to see more of the Knights of Ren,
which is interesting.
See exactly who they are and what they believe in.
And we didn't see a lot of. I mean, we didn't see a lot of Finn's story or Poe's,
which I'm glad.
or we didn't see a lot of Snook. So I wonder how much are we going to get? Are they going to do the Empire again? Will we see that? Snoke.
I was thinking the same thing.
We're not talking about fish.
I know. We're not.
We're talking about fish, Mike.
I caught that too. I was like, you say Snook?
But you know, I'm wondering how much of that's going to show up in this movie. I'm glad it didn't show up in the trailer, but it's got me thinking a lot about this movie. You know, whose story is going to be... There's so many stories to tell in this movie.
Yeah. As of right now, Finn and Poe and BB-8, and it looks like Rose too, they're more second tier, which is why I'm kind of glad that they didn't give away too much. They focused on the main thing. What's going on with the Jedi? What's going on with the Sith? Is there a little bit of like unbalance? Are they trying to balance it? Is Luke trying to maybe like, I got to tap into the dark side to balance this out? Because you know, something like that.
Maybe that's what they mean by balancing it out, like yin and yang. You know, you have to have a little light with the dark side and a little dark with the light.
Yeah,
so maybe that's what it means about balancing it out. But that's what Luke's trying to do.
Yeah, maybe. I think he's just tired of it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
After all he's been through, man, come on.
I mean, he wants to live in peace. To be honest, like that's what it is. At the end of the day, he wants to be in peace.
I mean,
I think he was living in peace, and he was pretty much the entire time he was on that island. He's trying to
searching for something, though.
But he's trying to come up with the game. Right? Yeah. He's searching for something. It looks like he's found it.
He's searching for the original Jedi Order, right? I mean, that's what, again, if you watch The Force Awakens, that's what they say he's searching for.
Maybe he's just trying to find it to get rid of it.
He could be. I mean, and who knows why he's searching for that.
I don't know. And is Yoda, like, that's a lot of questions, because is Yoda there? Because I'm pretty sure you got to see some Force.
Yeah,
you got to see some Obi-Wan. You got to see some...
You think there's going to be Force Ghosts in this movie?
Yeah, there has to be.
There has to be. They're probably going to show flashbacks of Luke on that island. And then he's obviously not going to be alone.
How powerful is Luke going to be?
I mean,
I didn't mean to cut you.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's had a lot of time to... Yeah, he's had a lot of time to pretty much meditate. So, I don't know. We're gonna see. Hopefully they don't do like Count Dooku and just CGI and flippy and
centered
jumpy.
his chi. So
Yeah.
I
don't see them
Show
doing that
him
because
using-
Kylo Ren. I mean, even in Force Awakens, they didn't do a lot of those fight scenes that way. It was very
No, I don't see him doing that. I think this movie they're not gonna do as much like fighting. Like choreography, I think they're gonna focus more on the force.
it'll be more like Power Force. I think.
Power force.
When you said fighting, I think fighting. They're like what I see in this trailer. They have that one battle against the AT-ATs, but there's also the space battle between the First Order and the Rebels.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a lot of space, a lot of dogfights.
Hopefully. I mean, it is Star Wars.
Which I thought that in Force Awakens, that one scene where Poe comes in and just wrecks ass. I love that scene, and hopefully I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
I think there will be.
Speaking of Poe, like he's in the trailer and he's running with BB-8 and his black X-wing explodes.
Again,
So,
another
like,
X-wing explodes.
maybe,
around him.
maybe the First Order found them somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
I'm thinking maybe they got they fell into a trap, something like that. So he's like trying to escape, and then maybe the Empire, because it is. If you see that they are trying to, this is going to be like the Empire Strikes Back, where the Empire,
Battle of Hoth,
the First Order,
right?
the First Order is getting that upper hand. So maybe they're like, okay, he's like, okay, let me just escape. Boom.
Right.
His X-wing
But
gets.
this, you notice there's a trend. This is the second time he's near an X-wing and then it gets blown up. Right?
I know, man. His X-wing, man. I would
guy
not
is
want to be
his
anywhere around
insurance
that.
must be through the roof right now.
I
Yeah.
mean, and one thing that they showed a little bit of Kylo Ren, but in The Force Awakens, it was time for him.
They literally just had one shot of him with his lightsaber.
But this time it was time for his training as well. So how is that gonna? Is the next trailer release going to be more of the dark side, where this is more of the light side telling?
Yeah.
and imagining. So maybe the next one is that yin to the yang. That's going to be interesting. I think.
I'm really excited for
both-
Kylo Ren.
I mean, Rey and Kylo Ren are both being trained, so when they come back to meet again, it's gonna be.
I think that's one of I'm the most excited for Luke and also Adam Driver. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor,
and
for
I
sure.
think he's gonna go full dark.
I hope.
You see his eyes a little bit; they're a little yellow.
And the scar change. I read that Ryan Johnson admitted that he changed the scar.
Yeah.
So
The scar change. I think Snoke is pretty much finishing the training, and you're gonna see a different Kylo Ren. Like a lot of people said, like he was whiny in Force Awakens.
he was a teenager, right? He
which
was
is understandable. I didn't want to see him be a full Sith Lord. I want to see his journey, because he is going to be looks like in Episode 8 and Episode 9.
Yeah.
So I want to see his journey. Then, when we finally do watch the new trilogy, you see, okay, he was a little whiny.
Yeah.
Episode 8, he holds his own, and then Episode 9, he's just Sith Lord, full Sidious.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what would be interesting is we see how Jedis are trained. It'd be nice to see how Sith are truly trained. You know.
Yeah.
Because we see that Jedi training all the time.
Yeah.
It would be awesome if this one they show his training. Like how is he trained?
Because they do go into it a little bit within the Clone Wars TV show.
They do.
Which I like because they actually do show Count Dooku and him training Asajj Ventress, and it's pretty awesome.
Don't know who that is.
Man, come on, you just went to a Star Wars convention.
But I mean, even that was a little. I don't know. I would like to see it more. I don't know.
Oh, of course, you
know
want
what
to see
I mean?
live action. That's the goal.
Right? Because Dooku, I don't know. I don't. We'll talk about that on a different topic.
He died
yeah. Well, he didn't. I mean, at least he died by.
I mean, he got beat by Anakin, so
Which replaced him, right? I mean, that's the way it should be. So if you're gonna die by anybody, at least die by Anakin.
I mean, that's how the Sith deals with replacing.
You're gonna replace.
Hey man, the rule of two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
But overall, I think it does. This trailer, Last Jedi, does get us. It gets us to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And I hope we don't get the answers to the movie.
yeah,
I hope the next couple trailers are just show some maybe like some build up.
yeah.
But don't show an accident. Don't. That's why I like that they showed the ships with the red trails going to the ATA. Because any other trailer, what would they show? The middle. of that
They would
fight.
show the middle of like shooting.
So
and-
I like how they built up. Like honestly, for the next couple trailers, put like them getting closer and closer.
Yeah. Just show that AT-AT's closer.
Exactly. That's all I really want.
I mean, we still have
course, for
8
you-
months away.
yeah.
I mean, we have 8 months to go.
that's
So
crazy. Yeah,
we have a long time. Let's not give away so much. And
it's so far away, dude.
And, well, last time they didn't give a lot away, which I was happy about. So I'm hoping they follow that same formula.
I just try to watch the couple trailers, and then what gives away a lot is the TV spot.
Yeah.
When it gets closer, and I just try to stay away from it. Those are literally, like, they put out, like, 5 spots, right? And each one's, like, 30 seconds. Add it up, man. That's a huge trailer.
We just need to go to Hollywood opening night in LA and see it.
Hopefully.
That's what
if you're
we
listening
need to
us, Lucasfilm, please invite us.
We can just go to opening night premiere in LA.
I hope so, man.
That'd be amazing.
That's the dream right there.
Maybe Jorge Lucas is listening to us right now.
Jorge Lucas, please. He don't care. He's not even.
No.
Bro, he's counting his $1 billion right now.
Probably is.
Yeah.
He's writing the next thing. Yeah. So one other thing that I thought was interesting that they didn't show last time is Rey moving to the rocks. I thought that was interesting where
she's getting stronger.
She's getting stronger, but just that theory of moving rocks, you see that a lot in like anime and other things. That was the first time for the Force. You see the Force move things like that. I mean, that was a different take on Empire, where he's training and he's moving rocks around, and you know what I mean. Like that was
that they just showed a little bit of her potential.
Yeah,
they didn't show her moving next.
No, not at all.
So it's. I'm glad that they've showed us little snippets of pretty much the beginning.
Yeah, but we're also going to learn what her origin is too.
She's probably going to be given. She's probably going to be
she said she will.
Ryan Johnson said, and she said that a lot of questions were going to be answered about her lineage.
Yeah.
But I think they said it depends on the certain point of view. Obviously, they're not going to answer everything because there's still episode 9. Yeah, and they're not going to just boom, here you go, everything, and then episode 9 is just. Somebody.
Well, she said it was answered in Force Awakens, which I don't know if that was just
her.
I don't know if it was just her angry of being asked that all the time, but I was, and you watch it and you're like, I mean, that could be hinted at multiple things. Yeah. So
it is what it is.
Either way, I'm just extremely excited. For this.
Oh yeah, this literally it teased us. It was excitement. That's all. This was really fun.
I remember when we were at Star Wars Celebration too. Me and Elvis were trying to watch the trailer. Everybody was running towards the only screen in the show floor, which was being blocked by a humongous TIE fighter, which looked cool. I get the concept, but I mean, you had to move it.
Placement.
Yeah. I understand exclusivity and all that stuff, but come on, dude. This is Star Wars Celebration. People want to see this.
Yeah.
And
I think for their set, it looked good, but.
They needed. I mean,
if anything, just move it to the side. Get more. If you wanted your set to look better, just show the fans.
People were running towards that TV.
Oh yeah, we were running. I was trying to, even though we couldn't really hear anything, but you could see all of the the imagery. It looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool,
especially on that huge screen.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. This was a first release of.
It gets you thinking about Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's all it really was.
Definitely. Yeah.
Gets you thinking about Star Wars, gets you excited for this upcoming movie because, as you know, I think they just try to wait.
Yeah.
Rogue One was over. All right, let's move on to the next. You know. So now they're talking about Episode 8. We didn't get anything of Han Solo,
which I was going to bring up next. It was good that they focused on the Last Jedi.
Yeah. Which I think we will get some at D23.
Yep.
Yeah. They'll probably have like a be in the movie or some of that Han Solo's funeral or some of that, like a little, or what do you call it?
Memorial.
Memorial.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but right now they're just focusing on continuing the story, which I like. And they didn't spoil it in this trailer.
No, they didn't. It just asks. You can ask more questions with it, which I really
absolutely
like. Perfect teaser.
Yeah,
that's what movies like. That's what they need to start doing now. It's just
their marketing so far has been pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the Force Awakens, it was good too because we didn't know what was going on.
That's the first movie again since 2005. Yep. So they gotta do great. And so far they're doing pretty good. So I'm happy with what they're doing.
And we haven't been able to talk about this for like 3 or 4 days, which has been crazy. We brought it up like 3 or 4 times, and we had to stop ourselves.
We're like, nope.
All right, change the subject.
Like, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Too much cock teasing each other.
Pretty much.
That's what it really was.
That's what our whole life is about.
Hey man, we finally got to talk about it. We finally released.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We released the endorphins. The spores are open.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, we're really interested in it. I mean, I think it was a buildup of weeks and weeks, and we knew it was probably coming during Celebration, and so we finally got to see it, And not only that, but we got to go to Celebration and see it with a whole bunch of fans. Experience. Yeah, it was really fun. It was addicting. I can see why everybody gets addicted and goes.
I'm still literally like I feel like I'm still in like a Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Because you're just surrounded by Star Wars, and all I've been looking up literally is Star Wars theories and rumors and stuff like that. And all I've been watching is like Star Wars movies. And that's what I love.
Yeah.
Because it takes you to a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. So many storylines, so many things to see.
Yeah.
It's just a fun thing. It's a really fun thing.
It's definitely a great time right now to be a Star Wars.
Yeah. And I gotta tell you again, I watched The Force Awakens and I was pleasantly surprised. Like it was the opposite of Rogue One, where I'm a little more disappointed every time.
And a different perspective.
And now seeing